Okay, hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Sorry, welcome back to another coding notes every day until I get a job. This is day 143, um, and 1 second. Let me just try to fix stuff up. I'm testing the stream elements multi-streaming. I'm not entirely sure if that works or not. Hopefully it is, but if it's not, then it's fine. I'm not, yeah, I don't know if that works or not because it says that I need to wait a few days, few business days in order for that to work. So we can just go back and with the JavaScript algorithm, we actually, no, the data structure because we already finished the algorithm and we just gonna go with the data structure. We finished the set map and I think we can go to the stack and some
In
of
this
the,
video, let's understand about the stack data structure.
yeah, those things. Okay, it says the TikTok is working, but I'm not entirely sure if that's working or not. 1 second, let me check it out. Okay, 1 second. Okay, how do I know if that's working or not? Okay, it's not working. I don't. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't know if that works or not, but okay, I guess we can just go with it, I guess. So stack data structure stack. I'm pretty sure we need to use class if you want to do the other or object. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Okay. Um.
The stack data structure is a sequential collection of elements that follows the principle of last in, first out. LIFO for short. This means the last element inserted into the stack is the first element to be removed. Behavior rather than being a mathematical model. So a stack is simply a list, and what makes it a stack is how it behaves. The stack
Okay.
data structure supports two main operations: push, which adds an element to the collection, and pop, which removes the most recently added element from the collection.
Push and pop. Yeah.
Here is a simple visualization of the stack data structure. Insert at the top and remove from the top as well. Last in, first out. Pause for a minute and make sure you understand this well.
Empty push. Push again. But then if you wanted to pop, pop. There we go. Okay.
Let's
Understandable.
understand a few examples of when a stack is helpful. Typically, a stack is great when you have to trace back your steps. For example, browser history tracking. The go back and go forward buttons in a browser make use of a stack data structure. Another example is the undo operation when typing. There are also more technical applications like expression conversions such as infix to postfix, and the most important of them all, the call stack, which is used in JavaScript runtime. As you can see, stacks find their application in some pretty important use cases.
Okay, I don't understand the expression conversion part, but I guess that's something, right?
Alright, now that we know what a stack is and where it is used, in the next video, let's implement the stack data structure in JavaScript.
Thanks.
In this video, let's understand
What?
about
Where's the
queue data structure.
video 7 is not here?
The queue
Why?
data structure is a sequential collection of elements that follows the principle of first in, first out. FIFO for short. This means the first element inserted into the queue is also the first element to be removed. A common analogy is a queue of people waiting in line. People enter the queue at one end, referred to as rear or tail, and leave the queue from the other end, referred to as front or head. First in, first out. Now queue, similar to the stack data structure, is an abstract data type as well. It is defined by its behavior rather than being a mathematical model. So a queue is simply a list, and what makes it a queue is how it behaves. The queue data structure supports two main operations. OnQueue or enqueue, which adds an element to the rear or tail of the collection, and dequeue, which removes an element from the front or head of the collection. Here is a simple visualization of the queue data structure. First, we have the onQueue operation, where we insert from the rear end of the queue. Next, we have the dequeue operation, where we remove elements from the front of the queue. Make sure to pause at both the slides and understand the visualization.
Let's go back to the queue and queue. So enter, and then in dequeue,
The queue and understand the visualization. Alright, let's now understand a few examples of when a queue is useful. Typically, a queue is great when you have to process in an orderly fashion. For example, printers when you try print multiple documents, CPUs when task scheduling, and a very important one, the callback queue, which is used in JavaScript runtime to determine the order in which your code executes. As you can see,
oh, we watched a video about
implementation
the
is pretty
JavaScript
common
runtime
use
a few
cases.
weeks ago. Very nice.
Alright, now that we know what a queue is and where it is used, in the next video, let's implement the queue data structure in JavaScript.
Yes, please do not. Why is the 7th video skipped? I don't understand.
In this video, let's implement the queue data structure in JavaScript. In the previous video, I mentioned that a queue must support two principal operations. OnQueue or enqueue to add an element to the queue, and dequeue to remove the oldest element from the queue. Apart from these two, we are going to implement a few more operations.
Okay, nice.
Peek to get the value of the element at the front of the queue without removing it. IsEmpty to check if the queue is empty. Size to get the number of elements in the queue. And print to visualize the elements in the queue. Alright, let's head over to Replit and write the code together.
Let's
Now,
go.
to implement the queue data structure, we are going to create a queue class
Okay,
and
of course.
implement its
Yes.
properties and methods.
So we do make
Let's
it
begin by
using
defining
class.
the class.
Rather gonna
Class
need to brush up on my OOP as well then.
Within the class, we're going to add a constructor to initialize a new list.
Especially in JavaScript.
In JavaScript, a list can easily be represented as an array. So this dot items is equal to an empty array. For our first method, we're going to implement the onQueue method to add an element to the queue. OnQueue accepts an element, and we call the built-in push method on the array. This dot items dot push element. Push keeps adding element to one end of the queue. Next, let's implement dequeue to remove the element from the front of the queue. Dequeue, and we call the built-in shift method on the array.
I see. Okay.
Shift. If you are unaware, the shift method removes and returns.
Yeah, because that's why we need to understand and really remember all the array.
To return that value. If we consider items.push is going to insert at the rear end of the queue, items.shift is going to remove from the front end of the queue.
Yeah, okay.
The front of the array will contain the oldest element.
Yep, understandable.
First in, first out is satisfied. Next, let's implement the isEmpty method. The queue is empty if the length of the items array is 0. Very similar to the stack implementation.
I don't know where the stack implementation is, like the video. Maybe we can look it up after this, after the queue. Yeah.
Without removing it. Peek, and we make a check that the array has at least one element. If the array is not empty, we return the element at index 0, which is the first element in the queue. If the array is empty, we return null. Next, let's also implement the size method, which returns the number of elements in the queue.
Would that be
return this dot items dot length. Finally, let's implement the print method to see the elements currently present in the queue. We can use the toString method on the items array. With that, our queue data structure has been implemented in JavaScript.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna need to
a new instance of the class and verify if the behavior is as expected. First, create a queue instance. Const queue is equal to new queue. Next, let's check if the queue is empty. Console log queue.isEmpty. Run the code, and we see it is true. Let's enqueue or onQueue.
Try it. Duplicate tab. Run node. It's Q.js. True. Nice. Okay. I definitely gonna go back to find like why is it doesn't have the 7th video. It's just not in the playlist.
Elements 10, 20, and 30. Let's now check the size of the queue and print the elements. Queue.size and call queue.print. Run the code, and we see that size is 3 and the elements are 10, 20, and 30.
Nice.
10 being at the front of the queue. now dequeue an element. Console.log queue.dequeue. If we run the code, you can see 10 is removed from the queue. If we call the peek method,
sorry, what did the DQ? Okay.
run the code,
It's gonna be 30.
we see 20 is
Ah.
currently at the front of the queue.
Oh, because okay.
That is because 10, which was previously at the front of the queue, has been removed.
So the front of the queue is the left.
Our implementation of the queue data structure works as expected. But we are not quite done here. Join me in the next video where we will look at a more optimized implementation of the queue data structure. Thank you for watching.
Let's find the 7 one. Why is it not? Doesn't exist. Codevolution. Okay, the video 7 doesn't exist for some reason. That's odd. Okay.
Hey guys, my name is Vishwas and welcome to a...
Okay, never mind.
Please do consider subscribing to the channel and I'll see you in the next one. In the previous video, we implemented the queue data structure using an array. However, the dequeue operation, due to the use of the built-in shift method, has a linear time complexity which is not favorable. In this video, let's implement the same queue data structure using an object, ensuring both enqueue and dequeue operations have constant time complexity. I'm going to clear index.js and start over. Let's begin by defining the class.
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, I should really be more active on the Discord channel because, yeah. Oh, someone's in the chat. Hello, hello. Okay. Why is it mute? Is it mute?
Class Q.
Okay.
Within the class, we're going to add a constructor to initialize a new list. This time though, items is an object instead of being an array.
Okay.
Now we know that onQ or
Yeah.
enQ adds an element at the rear end of the queue, and dq removes the element from the front of the queue. Since we are working with an object, we need to keep track of the rear and front end of the queue ourselves. So we are also going to initialize 2 pointers.
Okay.
Rear with 0 and front also with 0. We start at position 0 to try to get an array index.
Okay.
Alright, let's now implement the onQ or enQ method to add an element to the queue. OnQ accepts an element as parameter. Now we know that adding an element is from the rear end of the queue. So this dot items of this dot rear is equal to element. For our items object, this dot rear is the key and element is the value. Once we add an element, we need to increment rear by 1 so that the next element can be inserted at the next position.
Okay.
So this dot rear plus plus. That is the onQ method.
Okay.
Hopefully you're able to follow along.
Wait, do I need to use
Next,
this when creating like, okay, you know what? JSOOP. Let's do a crash course on OOP in JavaScript very, very quickly, because I'm not entirely sure. Do we need to do the before OP when the code says okay. Object explosion, polymorphism, inheritance, production class. Okay, yes, you do need that. Details. And yeah, no, yeah, the what is titicoin in English? I forgot. Semicolon. Holy shit. I forgot the translation. One of the key, it's been showing only this. This is the public-private one, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's defined as wrapping up data information under a single unit. Can we look it up? What is it? Because I forgot. Closures. Set of the length of the term. Okay. So which part is the encapsulation? We have created a bank account using the class keyword. The class has 3 private variables. Account number, these are a prefix with an underscore to indicate that they are private variables. Okay. Oh yeah, the public private in JavaScript just use this, right? Okay. The deposit and withdrawal methods are also public. The deposit and withdrawal. When these methods are called, the update balance. Ah, okay. So encapsulation is the public private. It's not abstraction. Ah, okay, I see. Okay, it's this one. Classes and modules. Class P encapsulation. Okay, so encapsulation is the class and the construct. Yeah, okay. Creating an instance P1 calling it the. Okay, yeah, using the constructor itself is a form of abstraction, right? Yes, okay. They will class to deeper. Okay, this I remembered inheritance. So that, for example, after class Q, they have like maybe extend or something. Or is it polymorphism? I get it switched up between those, but more or less, I think I can probably watch a few video about it and then good to go. Whoa, is the video gone? Create abstract definition presenting the types. Okay, maybe we can have a special day. Why did they remove the playlist? Oh,
Hey everyone, my name is Vishwas and welcome to a brand new series. In the previous video, we implemented the queue data structure using an array. However, using an object of being rare rare is dot rare queue method to remove the element from the front of the queue. First, let's get hold of the element at the front of the queue. So const item is equal to this dot items and the key is this dot front. Next, we delete the element at the front of the queue. Since we are working with objects, we use the delete operator to delete a key value pair.
yeah, I remember.
Delete this dot items of this dot front. We then advance the front pointer or front tracker by 1 to dequeue the next element when necessary. This dot front plus plus. Finally, we return the item which was at the front of the queue. Basically, the idea is that we increment the front and rear pointers or trackers every time we onqueue or dequeue. First in, first out is satisfied. Next, let's implement the isEmpty method. This is going to be equal to the difference of this dot rear and this dot front. If it is equal to 0, the queue is empty. Next, let's implement the peek method, which returns the element at the front of the queue without removing it.
So it's going to be
Return this dot items of this dot front. Really simple, as you can see. Next, let's also implement the size method, which returns the number of elements in the queue. Size, and we return this dot rear minus this dot front. Finally, let's implement the print method to see the elements currently present in the queue. Console log this dot items. I'm going to log the entire object as it will help understand the key value pairs. If you wish to, you could print just the values. Alright, that is our optimized implementation of the queue data structure.
okay.
Let's create a new instance of the class and verify if the behavior is as expected. First, create a new queue instance. Next, let's check if the queue is empty. Run the code, and we see it is true. Let's onqueue or enqueue 3 elements. 10, 20, and 30. Let's now check the size of the queue and print the elements. Queue.size, and then queue.print. Run the code, and we see the size is 3, and the key value pairs we have 0, 10, 1, 20,
Nice.
and 230. Here 10 is at the front of the queue.
So it's just not
Let's now
okay. Yeah.
dequeue an element. Console.log queue.dequeue. If we run the code,
The 10 is gonna be in
you
it.
can see 10
The 10 is gonna
removed
yeah.
from the queue.
And yeah.
If we call the peak method, we see 20 is currently at the front of the queue.
Because
this is because
the
10,
queue,
which was
yeah.
previously at the front of the queue,
Now
has
it's
been
out of
removed.
yeah. Okay, cool.
So
Wow.
our optimized implementation of
I'm
the
really
queue data
gonna, I
structure
think I'm gonna
works
do
as
the array
expected.
practice in the free code camp.
Both onQueue and dequeue have constant time complexity. In the next video, let's take a look at a variation of the queue data structure. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
Cool. Next.
In this video, let's learn about the circular queue data structure. The circular queue is an extended version of a regular queue. The size of the queue is fixed, and a single block of memory is used as if the first element is connected to the last element. The circular queue is also referred to as circular buffer or ring buffer and follows the FIFO principle. Unlike a regular queue implemented with arrays, a circular queue will reuse the empty block created during the dequeue operation. Because of this, when working with queues of fixed maximum size, a circular queue is a great implementation choice.
Let's write it down and trying to understand that. Circular buffer. Circular buffer or ring buffer. FIFO. Reuse empty block.
The circular queue data structure supports the same two main operations. Enqueue or onQueue, which adds an element to the rear or tail of the collection, and dequeue, which removes an element from the front or head of the collection. Here is a simple visualization of the circular queue data structure. You onQueue one element at a time using the rear pointer. If the queue is full, you cannot onQueue anymore.
So is it like okay, let's see, what is the usage of this?
You can start to dequeue from the other end using the front pointer. The empty block available can be reused to onQueue more items. Please pause the video and make sure you thoroughly understand the visual representation.
So I think we're gonna have another pointer, right? To
It is very important
do the
for
rear
our
and the front.
implementation in the next video.
But then there is
Now, a circular queue
number.
its usage in something as simple as a clock to streaming data where it acts as a buffer and computer-controlled traffic lights.
Wow, really?
Whenever
Clock? Streaming data? Traffic light?
you have a fixed size queue you need to manage, circular queue is your go-to data structure.
Ah, I see. Like if it's like an
now that we know what a
intersection
circular queue is
with
and where
multiple
it is
traffic
used,
light, it would just like
in the
boop,
next
boop,
video,
boop.
let's
Yeah, okay,
implement
okay, that makes
circular
sense.
queue data structure in JavaScript.
That makes sense.
In this video, let's implement the circular queue data structure in JavaScript. We will be implementing the following methods. onQueue to add an element to the queue, dQueue to remove the oldest element from the queue, isFull to check if the queue.
So it has in queue. The queue is full.
Is full, isEmpty to check if the queue is empty, peek to get the value of the element at the front of the queue without removing it, size to get the number of elements in the queue, and finally print to visualize the elements in the queue. Let's head over to Replit and write the code together. Now to implement the circular queue data structure, we are going to create a queue class and implement its properties and methods. Let's begin by defining the class. Class circular queue. And within the class, we're going to add a constructor to initialize a new list. The constructor will have one parameter, capacity, which represents the maximum size of the circular queue. We're going to use this parameter to create a new array of fixed size. So this dot items is equal to new array of capacity. We're also going to store the capacity in a property. We will create another property called current length to keep track of the number of elements in the queue.
So we can just use the size using that now?
Current length, and the length will be 0 to begin with.
Yeah.
Finally, we're going to have two pointers to keep track of the front and rear end of the queue. To begin with, both are initialized to -1 and are not pointing to any position in the queue.
Because it's like that?
So that is our constructor. Next, let's implement the isFull and isEmpty methods to check if the queue is full or empty.
I think it's gonna have the capacity, no?
IsFull.
No?
And we return this dot current length is equal to this dot capacity.
Ah.
If the current length is equal to the capacity, the queue is full. Along similar lines, we have isEmpty, and we say the queue is empty if the current length is 0. So return this dot current length equal to 0. Next, let's implement the onQueue method. Both onQueue and dQueue are slightly more complex compared to what we have written before, so I will make sure to refer to the slide and explain the code. For now, make a note that we have 5 positions in the queue, and their index starts at 0 and goes all the way till 4. The front and rear pointers are pointing at -1, which simply implies they do not point at any position in the queue. Let's head back to Replit and define onQueue. onQueue, and this accepts the element to be inserted as a parameter. Now to onQueue an item, we have to make sure the queue is not full. So, if not this dot is full, within the if block, we begin by incrementing the rear pointer position by 1. We then add the element at the rear pointer index. So this dot items of this dot rear is equal to element. Next, we increment the current length value by 1. Finally, we prepare the front pointer to remove an element for the dQueue operation. For that, we check if front is pointing to -1 after an element is added. So if this dot front is equal to -1, and if that is the case, we make it point at the same index as the rear pointer. This would be index 0 when we first insert. That is our onCue method. Let me help you
Wow.
understand with the visual representation.
Yeah, let's
We begin
please.
by incrementing the rear pointer by 1. So rear from -1
Became
will now
0.
point at 0.
Yeah. Okay.
We then insert the element at the rear pointer index. So we are inserting 10 at index 0. We also increment the current length by 1.
So that
Finally, if
it's
front
empty.
is
Yeah.
pointing to
Yeah.
-1, we point front to the same index as rear. So both front and rear point at index 0. This is necessary to ensure the dequeue operation can dequeue the element 10 when required. So if you have to insert a new element, increment the rear pointer, insert the element, and front remains the same since it does not point at -1 to begin with. To onCue again, increment the rear pointer and assign the element at the index. Increment the rear pointer, assign the element at the index. And do it one last time till the queue is full. We will revisit onCue in just a minute, but let's move on to the dequeue method as our queue is full at the moment. Dequeue, and within the function body, we first ensure the queue is not empty. If the queue is empty, return null. If the queue is not empty, we begin by storing the item to be removed in a local variable. So const item is equal to the element at the front index. So this dot items of this dot front. Remember, dequeue happens at the front of the queue. In our scenario, front pointer is at index 0. So we store 10 in a variable. Next, we assign null to that index. This dot items of this dot front is equal to null. Next, we increment the front pointer by 1 so as to dequeue the next element. This dot front is equal to this dot front plus 1. We decrement the current length value by 1. Finally, in the scenario, we end up deleting all the elements. We reset the two pointers to -1 as we consider it a fresh queue for future operations. If this dot is empty, this dot front equals -1, and this dot rear is also equal to -1. Finally, we return the element stored in the item constant. This is your dequeue method. Now the code looks good, but there is an edge case. What if we have inserted 5 elements and removed 1 element? We now have an empty slot at index 0 to insert a new element. However, if we call the onCue method, the rear pointer will increment by 1, and from 4, it is going to point at 5. What we need is for it to point at 0. To ensure this is accounted for, we use the modulus operator with capacity. So in onCue, this dot rear is equal to this dot rear plus 1 modulus this dot capacity. So 4 plus 1, which is 5, modulus 5 is equal to 0, and rare will now point at the right index. The same holds good for dq as well. This dot front is equal to this dot front plus 1 modulus this dot capacity. Like I mentioned, onQ and dq are slightly more complex, but once you draw the queue and trace the function execution, this will be much easier to understand.
Yeah, okay, this is getting confusing.
Next, we implement the peek method.
This is, yeah,
And
this one is the
similar
longest.
to a regular queue. If it is not empty, return the element at the front of the queue. So this dot items of this dot front. If the queue is empty, return null. Finally, let's implement the print method, which is also a bit different.
Why is that?
If the queue is empty, let's print a message.
Wait, that's an actual syntax?
We're going to have to start at the front pointer and traverse all the way till the rear pointer and print the elements. All the while ensuring we circle back to 0 after the last index. In the else block, declare two variables.
Is it a typo? Like,
I,
if it's supposed to be L?
from front to rear, and string to store the elements in the queue. Next, we use a for loop. For I starts at the front pointer. Navigate till it is not equal to the rear pointer. And we increment, keeping in mind we are dealing with a circular queue. I is equal to I plus 1 modulus capacity. In each iteration, we append the item to the string variable. Once the for loop exits, I will be pointing at the last element, which we need to append since we stopped when I is equal to the rear index. Finally, log string to the console. And that is our implementation of circular queue in JavaScript. Let's make sure it works as expected.
Quite difficult.
First, create a new circular queue instance. The capacity is going to be 5. Next, let's check if the queue is empty. Run the code, and we see true in the console. Let's onqueue 5 elements. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Let's now check if the queue is full and print the elements. Run the code. We see that the queue is full and the elements are 10, 20, 30. And 50. Let's dequeue to make some space. Console log queue.dequeue.
Okay, sorry, I forgot to put some space here. These items. Should be working now, yes.
code, and we see the oldest element 10 removed from the queue. If we now peek,
It's gonna be 20.
we should see 20. So that works as well. If we print the queue, we should see the 4 elements, 20 to 50. Let's add another element and print again. Queue.onQueue 60 and print. You can see the updated queue. 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. What is important to note is that 20 is at the front of the queue, even though 60 is the element that is inserted at index 0. Hence the complicated print function. Alright, with that, we have now covered both stacks and queues with JavaScript. Starting next video, let's learn about the third custom data structure, which is linked list.
Okay, let's do linked list later,
Watching.
and let's do the array module. One second. Okay, nice. Okay, I'm gonna go into Studio first, and then I think we can try to do the CodeCamp and then the JavaScript stuff, like the array, because I think I really need to really get stronger in array stuffs. So, because this is array, because it's basically the circular queue, the queue, even probably the stack is an implementation of some sort of form of array or objects, right? So yeah, interesting indeed. JavaScript, and I think we can go back to array. I think I already did a little bit and did some practice as well. Like, okay, all right, just running array stuff, but let's go with the array method. Here we go. Okay, we have the includes one. Let's Please when you need to okay. This is about have an array of fruits. Method to check. Okay. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure on like which part to focus on because there's so much things. And to be honest, I kind of want to try to get the certification so that I have at least some certification. So yeah, at least when I upload my CV and everything, I can put like, okay, I have some certification as well, even though I know certification might not work better as project or work experience, but at least it's like something. We're looking for number 30, starting at the index 3. There is a number 30 that appears after index 3. Okay, so that is the second parameter. This strict, okay, strict equality, okay. So it has to be the same type as well. The number 2 and the string 2 are considered different data types so that the first will return false. So it's gonna be false. What will be the output? This will be true. This will be false as well. Okay. I can say, sorry, I thought it was damn. Okay, sorry, I thought it was like C. Okay. Shallow copy. Okay. A shallow copy is a new array that has the same item as the original. If the array only contains primitive values like number of strings, the new array is completely separate. But if the array contains other arrays inside it, both the original and the copy have the reference to the same inner arrays. This means that if you change something inside a shared inner array, you will see that change in both arrays. Shallow copies are helpful when you need to modify the top level structure, such as adding, removing, or reordering element. It's not the same as the original array, even though it concats an empty array. The copy array contains the same element, but it's a different array object, which is why the strict equality returns false. Another method to create a shell copy is slice. Shell copy under the array. So array 2, it's gonna have the exact same thing, and then array 2 is gonna have 4. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we does the slice? Yes, because the slice created. Wait, does it creates a new one, right? Okay, let's try this. It's probably gonna be wrong. It's probably gonna be this, but it's okay. Okay, this is the same. The fruits copy is gonna be the 3 as well, because it's just copying this. What will be the output? It's going to be false, because yes, nice. Nice. Let's do reviews and quiz. I think it should be nice. It's an ordered collection of values, numeric index with 0th index, setting element is O of of 1 because it's the index. Length, updating element, we can create new it's used to represent data that has natural grid-like structure. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Array destructuring is a feature of JavaScript that allows you to extract values from arrays and assign them to variables in a more concise and readable way. First is apple, second is banana, and rest is the other common array. Push adds element to the end of an array and will return a new length. Push and pop is method used to remove the first element of an array. Unshift adds element to the beginning of an array. Find the first index of a specific element. If the element cannot be found, then it will return -1. Is to add or remove an element from any position. The return value of splice method will be an array of removed items. Hello? Document color. What are you color backgrounds? Are you okay? Are you just copy pasting some random JavaScript selectors? Let's do the quiz. Which of the following is the correct way to access the string Jessica from developer's array? It's gonna be the 0 because it's the first element. What value will be assigned to the index variable? So it's gonna be the 1. What does the rest syntax do? It is used to add element to the no, it's used to define no, it captures remaining element from array. Yeah. What is array destructuring? It's used to remove the last element. Nope. It's used to concatenate. No, it's used to extract values from arrays and assign them to in a more concise and readable way. What value will be assigned to the R2? So the R2 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What will the code log to the console? So it's gonna be red, blue, purple, red, blue, purple, red, blue, purple. No, oh wait, no. It, I forgot. Splice. I forgot what the uh remove zero element before it. Ah, okay, wait. So this is the. It's gonna remove blue and green and adds purple. So it's gonna be red, purple, and yellow. Yeah, okay. I get it. I get it. Slice is gonna pick only the number, the element in the first until like 3, if I'm not mistaken. But let's check. Camel, duck, and elephant. Okay, so it's just grabbing the 2 and then the rest of this element, because this remove the 0 1. For the 2 and 4 it is 2, and okay, so it's just the 2 and 3. Okay, the first parameter, and not exclude the second parameter. So if it's that, then it's gonna be banana and cherry only. Which method returns the first index? First index. Is there any first index? Find index. Okay. Element over 13. So it's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3. That's a bit of a difficult callback function in this argument. Okay. That's the first index. There is no first index. Okay. First index. Find index. Is there any find index? No. Search index. Index of. This is the last index of. This is confusing. First index of a given element. The first index? That means like the 0th index, or like what? Okay, I'm gonna make it wrong for this one. There is no last index. Okay, let's do index of. Which method is used to remove the first element and returns the remove element? It is shift. Because pop is the end of the array. What does concat merge to array? Merge to array. What would be the output? So it's just going to be taking. What is the splice again? I forgot. Insert at index 1 and remove 0. Okay, so it's going to remove apple. So it's just going to be banana, cherry, apple, and orange. It's used to check if an array contains a specific value. To divide a string, no. To add or remove element, no. It is to concatenate, no. Which of the following method is used to reverse? The reverse method. What is a two-dimensional array? An array of arrays. Which of the following is true? Let's see. It's just looking for the index, right? It requires the array to be sorted. It returns if the element is not found. Yeah. It throws an error. Nope. It always returns the last occurrence. Nope. Which one is not an array method? Trim. What will be the output for the following code? Yeah, we have, it's gonna be Ole. Oh, I forgot to join. So, okay. If it's empty, it's going to be just that as a string, right? Yeah, okay. It's gonna be Ole. What will be the result of using the shift method on an empty array? Let's look it up. Undefined is returned. Thank you. Which method will return any array without changing the original array? Oh my god, that's correct. Nice. Okay. So we have this golf score translator. What is this? Let's do this, and I think I'm just gonna finish it. Yeah. Okay. In the game of golf, each hole has a par, meaning the average number of strokes a golfer is expected in order to sink the ball in the hole to complete the play. You will write a function that converts the par and strokes to their nickname. Fulfill the user stories below and get all details. You should create a function named golf score. Should take two numeric parameters, arguments, which are the par for the course and the amount of strokes. So let's do it. Par and strokes. So I think for this, it would be nice to use a switch, right? Which are the par for the course and the amount of strokes made. Par and strokes. Switch stroke. Wait, I forgot how to do switch in JavaScript. God damn it. Okay. This is I forgot. Let me check. Yeah, switch case. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Switch case. How do you do the case? Case. Do you need to do that if it's like a case 4, case 6? Uh, can we do conditional in the case? Case strokes equals to 1. Return Can you do that? Wait, man, I forgot. Ah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. It's no need for the conditional. If case 1 like this is the stroke itself is the conditional, right? Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I forgot. Case 1. By return, is it just return? Can you return from a switch? Or sorry. Okay. This is probably terrible, but oh yeah, you can. Okay, you can use return in the case. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Man. Yeah. It's good thing we do this. eagle if stroke is less than or equal to par minus 2. Okay. So how do we... okay. Does it just... Okay. Should I just use like a if else? Because I don't think we can do conditionals in that, no? Okay, I think this if else is much better for this case at least. If strokes equal to 1, return hole in 1. Can I use Vim for this, please? Because, bro, it's... I don't... okay, let me do this. There we go. Okay. Okay. You should create a function named golf score. Golf score should take two numeric arguments, which are the par and the amount of strokes made. Golf score should return string. Should return hole in one if stroke is equals to 1. Let's just do that. Else if strokes is less than or equal to par minus 2. If stroke, yeah, right. Okay, stroke is less than or equal to par, so it's gonna return eagle. Else if strokes is equal to par minus 1, it's gonna return birdie. What? Okay, cool. I don't know if the next of yeah, it's okay, I don't care. Should return par if strokes is equal to par. It's gonna return par. I think using a switch would be better, right? Okay, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT on how to make this switch because I forgot if conditionals like this works inside of a switch. Hello, I'm from Indonesia. SXJ? Sorry guys, I forgot basic JavaScript, okay? If strokes is equal to par plus 1, bogey, double bogey. There has to be a much more efficient way to do it, right? Double bogey. Okay, so let's do. There has to be a much better way to do this, right? I don't know. Can you do like conditional on Switch? Like there has to be a much better way to do it. so now we need to call score 1. Do you need to console log the function or no? So we're gonna do 3. So we're gonna do 4. 5, and then F2, and then we're gonna do that. After 5.2, we have 2, and then we have 4.3. 4.3, and then 5.4, and then 3.3. After 3.3, we have 4.4. After that, we have 5.5, and then 3.4. And then 4.5. What? This is a lot. Okay, 4.5, and then we have 5.6. After 5.6, 3.5. 4.6. 5.7. 3.7. 4.8, and 5.9, guys. Okay, let's give it a try, shall we? CD free code can node golf. Are you serious? We have to console log everything. There has to be a much better way to vim this out, right? Okay. I think what we can do is q console.log okay, and then stop recording, and then add q. Okay. Oh my god, there we go, baby. Okay. Add q. Add q. Q. Add q. Add q. Let's do 4 add q. Okay, no, it doesn't work that way. Okay. Okay, why the 5, 7? Ah, sorry. If it's equal to C, it's greater than. Sorry, I didn't read that part. Should be working right now. There we go. Nice. Okay, we only did the arrays surprisingly, because I guess I just skip a lot of stuff, but I think in order to get like the certification, I still need to finish all of them. There has to be like a just practice. Just a bunch. Oh, if else. So I guess what should we? I think we would need to work on the arrays and oh wow, I'm just skip a bunch of stuff, right? Okay, it's okay, I guess. But I guess there has I have to kind of complete it if I want to. This is a lot of material. I just realized that, right? And then yeah, it has the algorithm, it has functional programming, graph, a lot of the stuff. So I think we can continue with this as well, you know, to just make sure that we understand everything. Java's trivia bot. What is this trivia bot? Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna do it off stream, but yeah, nice. We did quite a lot. Oh, there's 4 people. Hello, hello. Or 3, but it's okay. So we finished the array section of this. Maybe we can try this, yeah. And yeah, maybe we can try finishing the others, you know. We still have around like 800 more to get the certification, but it's okay. So we have to finish this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's okay because I think really learning basic JavaScript, especially the DOM manipulation and all that, would really come in handy. And what else? Loops. Have I worked with loops? Okay, yeah, it's fine. No worries. We have object first before the loop. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. Higher order function and callbacks. I think gonna be some async await and then promises. I think local storage and CRUD operation. This is new, I think. Okay, OOP. There is some OOP as well, so I think it's very nice. Recursion, my enemy. But yeah, uh, that's it for today. Thank you so very much for watching. Hope everyone have a great day, afternoon, night, or whatever you are. Yeah, we'll see you. If not, I don't think I'll be able to stream tomorrow, but hopefully I will try to at least like stream one more time or three, two, what? No, 1 or 2 more times this week. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope everyone have a blessed and amazing day. Keep grinding. And how do I? Okay, sorry. Sorry, I couldn't read it through here. I'll open the chat real quick. Ooh, what is this?
Anthropic, of course, Claude Code, their famous That little company known as Anthropic, of course, Claude Code, their famous tool behind it, has caused quite the ruckus. Okay, we're talking about people are very, very upset. Okay, I swear I could still hear Twitter people just screaming right now, and it's been days. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, honestly, you're living a blessed life. Okay, I want you just to look out on that farm, and I just want you to smile because you have.
For Niraj, free code cam is free. Well, you would be given like some pop-up ads, but most of the time it's free and it's very, very, very super underrated, I would say. I think you should give it a try if you really want to learn. They have a lot of roadmaps and curriculums that you want. So let's just say this is one of the yeah, this is all the courses they have. And I mean they have a YouTube channel with like 10 plus hour, even like 20 or 40 hours courses for free. And I think it's, if you're, how would I say, if you have the will, if you have the time and energy and effort and the patience to get through it all and just do it all, treat it like an actual curriculum, like as if you were like a learning in uni or learning in school. But yeah, I think it's very nice. Like I'm currently doing the responsive web design and a little bit of the JavaScript as well. And it's been very nice because as you can see, they have like different types of the courses here. Like for example, sometimes they have a workshop, lab, or theory. In theory, you would learn the actual basic. They give you explanation, they give you examples, and on workshop and lab you would like code it directly. And as you can see, the one that I did before, they give you like an instruction or like a walkthrough on some of the task and some of the question as well. And yeah, I think it's very nice. It's free. There's no ads. You get the additional like pop-up, but it's for like free code cam itself, to like asking them for donation because they're giving this amazing environment course, this environment like place and website to for you to learn and be interactive and actually building stuff like coding it by hand. But yeah, yeah, I think you should give it a try. It's free. Do they have Java? I'm not sure if they have like Java in the interactive one, but they definitely do have the form in like the course one. But I think they don't have it here in the they have C sharp, but I don't think they have Java. But in like this type of like interactive browser IDE format, they have the backend one, but it's using Node, I think. Yeah, the backend is using Node, so there's no Java. But I think if you go to, let's check roadmap and see if they have any suggestion. Um, let's see, do they have Java? They don't have Java. Okay, let's try it. Free Java interactive course. You can use this one, I guess. Learn Java online. Java is an object-oriented Java objects for Java classes. Da, 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 da. I think they have yeah, I think try this one, learn Java online. I think they have an interactive exercise as well, see? Where you can like type of code and like run the code and yeah, give this a try. Learn Java online. I think it's on GitHub, no? Okay, see? I think you should give this one a try if you want to learn Java. I'll send you the link. Yeah, but yeah, for the video code cam, they mostly focuses on web, but I think if you go to their like YouTube channel, right, they have like courses that goes through like 12 hours. And there's definitely someone that did Java before for free code cam because this is a goated channel. Like if you go to look for Java, there you go. I think the latest, yeah, 3 years ago though. It's like the latest one.
You're about to learn
software developer here at Free Code Camp, and he is great at breaking down concepts for beginners. This is a great course if you want to learn Java, and you can follow along with the whole course from within your web browser. Farhan will teach you the basics of Java using Replit. Replit is an online IDE that allows people to write all sorts of programming languages right within their web browser. And Replit provided a grant that made this course possible. So, it's time to learn Java.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Java for Beginners course. I am Farhan Hassan Chaudhary, and in this course I will teach you all the fundamental concepts around Java. Now, ideally, a programming course usually starts by downloading and installing a lot of SDKs or IDEs or whatnot. But since we will be using Replit throughout the entire course, we don't need to do any of those. Replit is an online collaborative IDE that you can use right from your browser. To start, go to
Yeah, no worries. You're welcome. Good luck with the learning. I hope you can find a good resource to learn because yeah, and Java is still in totally in demand. I'm thinking of actually learning it myself, but hey, interesting. But yeah, again, that's it for today. I hope everyone have a great day. Oh, okay. It's still on progress. Oh, even the Node.js is still in progress. Which one is the one available then? Okay, React is available. TypeScript. Nice. Okay. Okay. See you guys tomorrow, or not tomorrow, in some other day this week.